that like a big scheduling challenge for you guys?
Not really. We make room for it because we start scheduling things 6, 8, 10 months, almost a year in advance.
Wow.
So we know what's coming up.
Right.
You have to. That's what it takes.
And when Sons of Apollo, you guys were just gearing up to get the ball. You actually started your tour when the pandemic hit, and you were released an album, and you were out on tour. I believe you were in Europe, weren't you, when the whole thing came down?
We did our third or fourth show in Europe, and it was going great. The record was on fire. People were excited about it, and it couldn't happen at a worse time. Everything was great. Sadly, but I love that band. I love those guys, and people really took a liking to it right away. I got lucky. 2 bands in a row that have done really well, Winery Dogs and Sons of Apollo, so I'm very grateful.
What's the plans for Sons of Apollo? Are you going to resume that, or is there any plans? Because you really didn't get to support that album yet.
Well, we have shows booked in January in South America, but everybody's got shows booked, but nobody knows that they're actually going to happen. So hopefully they will.
And in terms of Steve Vai, Greg Bissonette, and Brett Tuggle, do you keep in touch with these guys?
Absolutely. We're all like brothers.
And listen, I said to Steve, because I spoke to Steve recently, and I said, if there is one bucket list thing that you have to do, I said, you guys have to do a record, even if it's not with Dave, but just the band itself. You guys have such an incredible chemistry amongst the 4 of you that it has to happen at some point. Have you thought or talked about that, even without the whole Dave portion?
Not so much. The thoughts have crossed our mind. We'd love to do it with Dave, of course. Who knows what tomorrow may bring? I don't do a lot of planning. Things just kind of happen.
Right.
And nature takes its course, you know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
Have you spoken to Dave lately at all?
No. But like I said, I still love him dearly, and I'd play with him in a minute if he wanted to.
Well, we hope that happens. Billy, we want to thank you so much for your generous time. We are so very sorry to hear about Phil's passing. However, we are excited to hear the new album whenever you get a chance to finish it and release it. We urge all our listeners to get that new Talas album when it comes out. It's going to be a wonderful tribute to Phil. Again, of course, our sincerest condolences on his passing.
Much appreciated, my friends. I hope you enjoy the record. And again, I think the only reason behind it, the energy behind it is for Phil. So that's what we care about. Thank you so much for your time and talking about the record. And it means a lot to all of us, and your concern means a lot to us as well.
Whoa! How about that for rock video music fans? Live all day, all night. You know what you need only right here on Dave TV.
Check us out on Facebook at Dave and Dave Unchained, a Van Halen podcast, on Twitter at DD Unchained, on Instagram at DD Unchained Podcast, and you can email us at ddunchainedpodcast@gmail.com.
This is Top Jimmy James from the great state of Alabama. Nobody rules the podcast world like the Atomic Daves. I live my life like there's no tomorrow. That's why I listen to Dave and Dave. Hey dudes, the tide is high, and so am I. You guys keep waving that flag high and proud for the mighty Van Halen.
Top Jimmy, go Jimmy, Top Jimmy, go Jimmy, Top Jimmy, ow, he's the king.
Top Jimmy James.